Hello there. Welcome to Stories with Lynn. I call this story Dawn. Dawn, the best part of the day. A promise kept and a promise beckoning. I don't like to get out of bed of a morning. Don't know anybody who really does. I mean, it's soft and warm and cozy. Just the kind of place that you'd like to stay for just a few minutes more. So sometimes I stay there for just a couple minutes more. And then a couple minutes later, well, maybe even a minute more or so. It doesn't matter if it's 5 a.m. or 7 a.m. or 10:30. It's hard to get out of bed, no matter what the time. Here, when I get out of bed, not only is it chilly and fumble in the dark and cold water on the face, but then I have things to do. And, well, responsibilities. They begin then. Now, that's fine. But they're not always soft and warm and cozy. No wonder I don't like getting out of bed. But I got to tell you, I really like being up early in the morning, after my coffee, that is. There's something in the dark before sunrise, nobody else around. The quiet stillness of the day, not yet begun, that I find, well, actually thrilling. And when I happen to look up out the window and see on the horizon the first line of light that, no, I'm not so sure it is the dawn, changing to, oh yes, it most assuredly is the dawn. Well, then the beginning prophecy above comes true, because then the dawn is happening right now, this morning, as promised. Oh, we all knew it would, always has. But no, someday it will not happen for me. And someday, so scientists tell us, it will not happen for this earth. But it did happen today. So, what are we to do with this promise kept? That next part is the promise beckoning part. What am I being beckoned to do today? New Year's Day can be interpreted as a dawn, a starting place, a fresh page turned in life. That's where New Year's resolutions come in. At this new starting place, this new starting point, I resolve to... Now, I won't bore you with my specific New Year's resolutions. Other people's resolutions are as boring as heck. But I will give you a couple of general parameters that I'm building my resolutions around. That way I hope they stick better than my resolutions have in the past. First of all, I'm going to make them going to something rather than giving up something. Quitting smoking, vaping, or going on a diet is giving up something. Making one of my wife's dreams come true is, well, that's going to something. I resolve to do that. Secondly, I resolve to do some things that I should do before I leave this planet. For example, I've always wanted to go to Yellowstone National Park. Ever since I was a kid, I've heard all the stories, saw all the things about it on the TV. Always wanted to go. Never quite got there. Sometimes it was in the time, sometimes it was in the planning, sometimes in the execution. Just never quite got there. It always fell to a second priority, and then, well, not this year. There are a couple of Yellowstones out there for me. I resolved to take a bite out of that list this year. Third, there are some people that I need to touch base with. A couple of families that meant something to us at one time or another, and that we we fell out of touch with for one good reason or another. I resolved to reach out to them, mention that things are good here, and catch up with things in their lives too. You know, I was chatting with Sister Ingrid down the street at Notre Dame College recently. No spring chicken, she's been around, seen a lot. She's a really good story writer. We were sharing a couple of our stories. Oh, it was a beautiful day, sunny, and we were sitting at an outside table at the campus coffee shop. College students flowed around us with all the youth and energy, hopefulness that college students have. Gazing with admiration at those kids, I looked over to Sister and asked her, what's it like being in this atmosphere and around all these kids with their lives in front of them? Sister spoke to that for a few. And we rested in the glow of that sunny day and the blessing of that atmosphere and response. And then, softly, one of us said, you know, it's the same for us, too. We, too, have our lives wonderfully in front of us. That's the promised beckoning. I resolve to live into that, too.